All right. What's up, hold on. What's up, YouTube? Jeez. Hey, YouTube. This is our new comedy podcast. Well, remind us again of the name of the comedy podcast, Peyton.
I don't know. Captain Average Podcast.
Captain Average Podcast. Very good. Very good. So, the topic of discussion today. We found this book, What Would You Do? We found it discarded in a park, random park in Missouri, thrown off to the side of the road with some clothes, some soiled clothing, and there was other knickknacks. There was a Finding Nemo DVD, but I rummaged through the trash, and then I found this. It's called What Would You Do? It gives a list of scenarios that you can go over with your children. You can do this at home.
Okay, you know what? Hold on. Basically, we found this book, and now we're gonna read off some of the scenarios, and each other are gonna answer. What would they do? Okay.
What would you do? So examples of this. We'll give you a few examples before
and if
we
you'd
start
like,
reading.
And if you'd like, you can comment down below for each one.
So what would you do? Some things such as flat tire, tick bite, calling a veterinarian, x-rays, telephone numbers, stove left on, what would you do? Phone call absences, password, peer pressure, menstrual period for the ladies, natural gas leak, calling 911, hiding an extra key, what would you do in that scenario? Protecting your eyesight, and we'll do two more. We have extortion. Is your 9-year-old being extorted? Find out what to do coming up. Information for the babysitter, back injury, coronary occlusion or thrombosis, heart attack, bleeding, possibly. Maybe
Okay,
go into the period.
Too much.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll read
Okay.
our first one. Okay. So here, let's find a good one. I showed them the pictures. These pictures are hilarious. Okay, how about...
He's learning to read. It's a progress. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Let's see here. Let's get a good one. Oh, yes. Injured back. Here, hold on. Injured back.
Injured back, yes. Very well.
Okay. I'll read the scenario. You tell me what you do. Your grandmother trips and falls down a flight of stairs. She says that her back and neck hurt. You are the only person there to help her. What do you do?
Personally, if my grandma fell down a flight of stairs and wasn't responding, I would shake her vigorously and ask her why she's taking a nap.
Hold on.
Excuse me.
Here, I'll read off the options.
Grandma, it's not time. Come on, Jeopardy's on. Jeopardy. Sorry.
Okay, option number 1. Tell your grandmother to lie flat and do not let her try to get up.
Get up, Grandma. Come on.
Dial 911. Tell the operator what has happened and give your name and address. Loosen any clothing around you around your grandmother's neck if
Come on,
you
Grandma.
can do so without moving her. If your house or apartment is hard to find, go outside so that you will be able to direct. Okay, you know what? This is too hard to read.
Personally, I keep a flare gun on me at all times in case Grandma goes down the stairs.
This one, it's so big. I think I'm just gonna shorten it. Go outside, leave your grandma unattended to,
Yep.
and scream for paramedics.
Paramedics!
Exactly.
That's exactly what we would do.
Okay. And and don't forget, cover her with a blanket and make her as comfortable as possible.
Yeah, just cover the face too. You don't want to see that. You don't want the neighbors.
I'll read another one. Let's see.
Just got another one. Another one.
Head injury.
Ooh, a head injury. Love those.
Picture. Can you see the lady on the
Yeah, let's see. Why don't we do it? Here, I'll show it to you. So this one is called a head injury. You can see she's suffered a head injury. She's fallen off the swing.
Probably.
Common for 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds.
Okay, but the swing isn't, swinging, though. So.
Okay, so...
She could have just, tripped over.
So what would happen?
Okay. Your sister falls from the playground swing, hits her head on the ground, and is knocked unconscious.
What would you do? Peyton, what would you do? Your sister's unconscious.
You could ask someone at the playground to call 911. You can You can cover her with a blanket, beach towel, or jacket.
Again, just if these people are passing out, you want them covered up. You don't want to be seeing that. It's gross, really.
If her head is bleeding, place a sterile bandage or clean, flooded, or clean.
A queen flooded. If you flood the queen, you'll want...
Folded handkerchief.
Oh, folded handkerchief.
On the wound.
On the wound. But if you flood the queen, all bets are off, I'd say.
When your sister regains consciousness, keep her lying down and quiet until help arrives.
Good luck keeping a little sister quiet. That's why I always give head injuries away. Okay.
This one. Okay, this next. Here, you want to do the next one?
Yeah, I'll read this one.
Sure, do the nosebleed one.
Black eye.
What are they about to do? Here,
Nosebleed.
Show them the picture for the nosebleed.
You know, most of the time you'll be in this sort of situation when you're getting a nosebleed, some sort of a wrestling or...
Well, not really. It looks like they're
okay.
about to do something.
Nosebleed. While roughhousing with your mother, or your brother, excuse me, you get hit in the face. Your nose starts to bleed. What do you do?
Well, see, personally, I just cut the nose off entirely.
So we cut the nose off. Very good.
Okay.
Put a towel over your face. You don't want people seeing that. The towel thing again.
So no, cover it up.
Okay, here's a good one. You're with your two dads at the mall, and one of them says he identified as a lobster. Now you're at Hot Topic shopping. What do you do in a situation when one of your dads wants to become a lobster? Peyton, go.
Okay.
No, that's not in it. But go. What would you do if me and your other dad?
Well, first of all, I'd remind you that you are not married.
Not married at all.
And that you're not gay, and that is just purely stupid. And then I give you your meds because we clearly aren't at Hot Topic.
Yeah. Lobster scenarios, they're no joke.
I want to hear. We'll close the book up for now because I want to do one theoretical thing.
Okay. And then coming up after the break is theoretical. We're gonna get into drugs, and I'm not talking Tylenol. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Here's the theoretical. You're with your girlfriend, and then she's just gone. What do you do?
What would you do? Me, I'd move on personally. Oh.
See, what I would do is I would just start screaming. Like at a movie theater, just start screaming. Raise your hand.
What do I do? Okay.
Raise your hand while you talk.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Personally, I would just scream. I just scream anywhere I am. Just scream as loud as possible until help comes.
Sorry.
I don't know about you, but I would just scream.
So screaming is a big thing in this family. We scream a lot. Okay. Drugs. While you're shopping at a local mall with your gay lobster dad, you meet a group of older kids from school. One of them offers you drugs. What do you do?
I take it. I kindly walk directly into the group as though I was walking towards them to talk to them, and then just walk past them. Then do it again and again and again and again until they just eventually get very bored of me.
Exactly. Now, if it were my son who was offered drugs at the mall, first I'd want to get a price first. You never want to pay full retail price for drugs. You always want to get a deal. MSRP on drugs, it's not smart. Now, 2-for-1 options on drugs, pills, uppers, downers, in-betweeners, besiders, you really want to get a good deal on those. Half price, wouldn't you say? You never want to pay.
Yeah.
And if you can't, you just move on and you say, I'll rob a pharmacy later, and you don't take. So that's what happens when you get offered drugs. You just try and negotiate a low price.
Hold on, does that say litter bin?
Let's see what the book says. It probably says the book probably says the same thing.
When you get home, tell your parents what happened.
I guess you could do that. Oh, I didn't get the good deal on
Say
crack
no
today.
and walk away.
Say no.
Don't let anyone bully you into doing something you believe is wrong for you.
I guess those are also options if you wouldn't want to do the drugs.
If the older kids approach you again, or you feel threatened in any way, report the incident to a mall security guard.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget to put it in the litter bin.
Yeah, if you get offered drugs, don't forget to tell old Paul Blart Mall Cop. It's a great idea. Okay. And we'll do one more. Well, here's a couple options. You've got a gun. What would you do? Vandals. Bedwetting. Losers. Bedwetters. Okay. Homesickness.
Bedwetting, come on.
Okay, he's going to do bedwetting, and then that'll be our final topic. And then we'll have a moment of note where Peyton has a heart-to-heart with our fan base. That'll be our final segment.
Here's bedwetting. You are spending the night with a friend, and you are worried because sometimes you wet the bed at night.
Lame.
I don't usually wet the bed just in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wake up.
Personally, Peyton and I are morning bedwetters, but to each their own.
Well, on occasion.
On occasion, you know.
You are not
Fancy.
alone. Many older kids have this problem. Avoid drinking fluids at bedtime. Yes. Your mouth just as dry as possible. You're just like SpongeBob whenever he goes into Sandy's dome.
Mm-hmm.
Just like,
Typically, Peyton before bed will have a nightcap, usually a tequila soda, maybe a vodka spritzer. But ever since he started peeing the bed, we cut it out completely. Well, not completely. I mean, he does have the occasional.
Before you climb into bed.
Yeah, not on the floor, but in the toilet, preferably, of course.
See, none of these would really work. See, I mean, I don't know about you, but if my child is bedwetting at a sleepover, pack him like a, I don't know, pull-up or something.
Get him a diaper. That's what, if you have a 10-year-old who's going on a sleepover, get him a diaper.
Get him like a good night.
And we like to do, we're a family channel, you know, you're a family man, I'm a family man. We're going to do a segment where we kind of talk about things, how our family's moving and what direction we're going in. So, Peyton, let's put the book down and get into our next segment of How Are Things. So,
things?
How are things, really, with you and your friend? What was your, Kylie, how are things with the two of you?
Well, things are good.
That's great.
By the way, she has her own channel. Go check her out.
Yeah, we'll link a like in the subscription bar to the new channel. Sorry, that's my wife is over there. Shut it up, please. So things are good. So we've established things are good, and his friend has a channel. That's all that's going on in our lives. And now Peyton's going to give a heart-to-heart, kind of a moment of things he's learned in his 7 years of being on this earth. Or 7? 10 years of being on this earth. Go ahead.
Okay. Look.
And I'm going to be the cameraman in this.
Listen, I just wanted to tell you.
Speak up. Speak up.
Listen, I just wanted to tell you.
It's too loud.
Okay. Listen, I just wanted to tell you about